Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Jeremy, and today, let's talk about boundaries. Boundaries are essential for a healthy and balanced life. They help us maintain our personal space, to protect ourselves from harm, and to create healthy relationships with others. In Galatians chapter 6, verses 2 through 5, it gives us a great picture of how we can help others, but maintain healthy boundaries. Sometimes we create added stress in our lives by carrying other people's burdens. Let's read these verses together. The verses say, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. If anyone thinks they are something when they are not, they deceive themselves. Each one should test their own actions, then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else. For each one should carry their own load. Nevertheless, the one who receives instruction in the word should share all good things with their instructor." Verse 2 says, "Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ." This verse reminds us of our responsibility to help others when they are in need. However, it is important to remember that carrying someone's burden doesn't mean that we have to take on their own problems as our own. It's crucial to set healthy boundaries in these situations so that we don't become overwhelmed or drained. I've been guilty of carrying somebody else's emotional burden. If we're feeling stress or negative emotions for someone else, then it means that we think we are responsible to solve it. And in the same way that we have to surrender our own cares to God, you may also need to cast that other person's care to God. If you are being weighed down by other people's issues, then it's time to create some healthy boundaries. A practical way to do this is to pray in that moment. Prayer is a powerful tool that we're given to release our cares and speak out loud God's word. Prayer is not our last resort. It's our best step forward. Verse 4 says, "Each one should test their own actions. Then they can take pride in themselves alone without comparing themselves to someone else." This verse highlights the danger of comparison and encourages us to focus on our own actions and accomplishments by setting boundaries around our own goals and priorities. We can avoid the trap of comparing ourselves to others and instead find fulfillment in our own achievements. Verse 5 tells us, "For each one should carry their own load." When we are called to help others, we are ultimately responsible for our own lives and our own choices. Setting boundaries around our own responsibility and priorities allow us to take ownership of our lives and to live life with purpose and intention. Galatians 6 reminds us of the importance of boundaries in our relationships with others and in our own lives. And by setting healthy boundaries, we can fulfill our responsibility to help others while also protecting ourselves and living with purpose and intention. Take some time today and think through your relationships. Are you setting healthy boundaries? Or are you carrying someone else's weight? Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Devo.